We dig deep into the pockets of history to find the hidden gems that might just be sitting in your change jar. Today's episode is going to blow your mind, because we are diving into one of the most surprising modern pennies out there. Yes, we're talking about the 1 cent 2013 Liberty, In God We Trust, United States of America coin. This little copper-plated treasure might seem like just a regular penny to most people, but believe it or not, some of these are now selling for over $3,000. That's right, $3,135 for a coin that most people overlook or even throw away, so don't move an inch. Stay with me as we uncover the shocking history, the minting secrets, the rare varieties, and the current market prices that are making this penny a collector's goldmine. Let's start with a little background. The 2013 1-cent coin is part of the iconic Lincoln penny series, which has been in circulation since 1909. That was the year Abraham Lincoln became the very first real person to appear on a U.S. coin. The design you see today with Lincoln's profile on the obverse, the front of the coin, has remained mostly the same since 1909, but with a few updates over the years. The reverse side, with the Union shield, was introduced in 2010 to replace the Lincoln bicentennial designs of 2009. Now fast forward to 2013. Over 3.75 billion pennies were minted that year between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the twist, only a tiny number of these coins have something special. Something so rare that collectors are paying thousands to own one. You might be asking, how can a 2013 penny, barely more than a decade old, be worth more than $3,000? It all comes down to three little words: mint errors and rarity. Some 2013 1-cent coins were struck with minting errors that make them extraordinarily rare. These include double die obverse errors where the lettering, especially Liberty or In God We Trust, appears doubled under magnification, off-center strikes, where the image on the coin is not properly aligned, giving it a bizarre and highly collectible look. Die cracks or cuts, which are raised areas where the coin die was damaged or broken, and in ultra-rare cases, coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it was struck on metal meant for a different coin. This is where values go through the roof. When a collector sees one of these errors in pristine condition, especially in MS-67 or MS-68 grade, that's when bidding wars begin, and that's how we get prices like $3,135 or even more for a single penny. Alright, now it's time to get practical. You might be holding a rare penny and not even know it, so here's what to look for. First, take a close look at the front of the coin. Is there doubling in the words, In God We Trust? What about the date, or the word, Liberty? If you see shadowy outlines or repeated impressions, that's a good sign you have a double die. Next, flip the coin to the back, check that Union shield. Any distortions, misalignments, or parts missing? Could be a misstrike. Also, check the rim of the coin. If part of the design is cut off or shifted, that might be an off-center error. Finally, look at the metal. Some rare 2013 cents were accidentally struck on older copper planchets instead of zinc, which is another reason collectors go wild, and of course, condition matters. A shiny, uncirculated coin, known as mint state, can be worth hundreds or even thousands more than a circulated one. Still skeptical? Let's talk numbers. According to verified auction results, here are some actual sales of rare 2013 Lincoln cents. One 2013 penny with a double die obverse sold at auction $4.3, $1.35. Another with a dramatic off-center strike sold $4.1, $9.50. A near-perfect MS-68 red coin, with no visible flaws, sold $4.2, $700. Even a common 2013 penny in mint state 67 has been seen selling for $150 to $300 depending on the buyer. So yes, these aren't just internet rumors. This is real money, being paid by real collectors. And these coins are out there, in change jars, piggy banks, and desk drawers just waiting to be discovered. Now let's talk about market trends. The coin collecting community has grown rapidly in recent years, especially with younger collectors and TikTok and YouTube influencers showing off their rare finds. The demand for modern era coins is skyrocketing. Why? Because they're accessible, they're recent, affordable to collect, and still circulating. That means even you have a chance to find a valuable 2013 penny today. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections have seen rising bids and intense competition for coins that used to fly under the radar. If you find one with a major error, or a high mint state grade, and get it certified by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at big profit. So you think you found a rare 2013 penny. What next? First, do not clean the coin. This can lower its value. Next, take clear, high-resolution photos of both sides. Use a magnifier or jeweler's loupe to spot any doubling, cracks, or odd features. Then, consider submitting your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They can officially authenticate and grade your coin, which adds major credibility and value when selling. Finally, list your coin on marketplaces like eBay for fast sales and global buyers, heritage auctions for high-end bidders, coin community forums and collector groups. The more eyes you get on your coin, the better your chances of hitting that jackpot. So there you have it. The 2013 Liberty 1 cent, In God We Trust, coin, a modern marvel that proves even a humble penny can be worth thousands of dollars. Next time you're sorting through your change, take a second look. That penny you were about to drop in the tip jar might just be your $3,135 treasure. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more coin secrets, and hit the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure again. Drop a comment below if you have a rare coin or want help identifying your finds. I love hearing your stories and helping out fellow treasure hunters. Coins turn into treasure and your change jar could be hiding a small fortune. If you've ever looked at a penny and thought it wasn't worth much, think again. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that many people have in their pocket or piggy bank right now, the 1986 1-cent Liberty Lincoln penny from the United States of America. This is not just any coin. This tiny copper-colored piece of metal could actually be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to $877 or more, depending on its condition and specific details. So grab your magnifying glass, check your coin stash, and stick around because you might be sitting on a hidden jackpot. Let's talk history, rarity, and the current market that's making this coin a hot item among collectors. Let's rewind the clock and dive into the history of this powerful little coin, the 1986 Lincoln penny, officially known as the 1986 1-cent United States coin, features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the front of the coin, along with the word liberty to the left, and the phrase "In God We Trust" arching over his head. The date, 1986, sits on the right-hand side, and depending on where it was minted, you might see a small mint mark beneath the year, either D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. This design by Victor David Brenner has been in use since 1909, and it is one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The reverse of the 1986 coin shows the Lincoln Memorial, with the inscriptions United States of America and 1 cent, along with E pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning, out of many, one. Now you're probably asking, what makes the 1986 penny so valuable? After all, billions were made, right? Yes, over 4.4 billion pennies were minted in Philadelphia, around 4.2 billion in Denver, and about 3 million proof coins were struck in San Francisco. So what makes some of these coins worth a lot of money? The answer lies in errors, mint quality, special conditions, and demand. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for coins that were struck in error, coins with doubling, coins with off-center strikes, coins with die cracks, and coins that have full red luster, meaning they look exactly as they did when they were freshly minted. Let's break that down. 1986 penny with die errors. Die errors happen when the die, the stamp that presses the image onto the coin, is damaged or misaligned. This can lead to wild results, like letters that look stretched or doubled, or even missing elements on the coin. A 1986 penny with an off-center strike or die crack can easily be worth $50 to several $100s, depending on severity. Double die obverse, DDO, this is one of the most hunted for coin errors. If the letters Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date show signs of doubling, and it's not just damage from wear, you could be holding a double die obverse coin. These are extremely collectible and can fetch $200 to $800 or more. Full red high-grade coins, MS67 and above, collectors love coins that retain their original coppery red shine. These are known as red coins in the grading world. If your 1986 penny is uncirculated and graded MS-67 or higher, you're looking at a coin that could easily reach $500 to $877, and in some rare cases, even more at auctions. Proof coins from San Francisco, mint mark. These are mirror-like, beautifully struck coins made for collectors, not for circulation. If you have one that's still in perfect shape, it could be worth between $10 and $100, depending on condition. Section 4, Real Market Examples. Let's look at some real-world sales and prices. In 2022, a 1986 Lincoln Cent graded MS-68 RD, red, sold for over $877 at auction due to its pristine condition and rarity at that grade. Another example, a double-die 1986 penny with noticeable doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust sold for nearly $300. Coins with dramatic off-center strikes or multiple errors have reached $150 to $400 in private sales and eBay auctions. Now here's the million-dollar question, or should I say the $877 question: how can you tell if your 1986 penny is worth more than 1 cent? Look at the overall condition. If your coin looks nearly flawless, shiny, and uncirculated, that's your first green flag. Check for doubling. Use a magnifying glass and examine the letters carefully, especially Liberty and the motto In God We Trust. Look at the edges and alignment. Off-center coins are easy to spot. Check the reverse for die breaks or chips. Any abnormality could mean a valuable error. See if there's a mint mark, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. Each mint has its own rarity and grading patterns. A professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can significantly increase the value of your coin. Why? Because collectors trust certified grades. If your 1986 penny gets a grade of MS-66, MS-67, or MS-68, its value can skyrocket, especially if it's labeled as red or has recognized errors. You might be wondering why the value of this coin is climbing. Here's the inside scoop: more collectors are entering the hobby due to social media and YouTube. Inflation is making physical assets like rare coins more attractive. High-grade coins are becoming harder to find as time passes. Error coins are gaining popularity and value due to their uniqueness. That's why a 1986 penny that used to be just 1 cent could now be your ticket to a few $100s, or much more. So next time you're sorting through change or cleaning out your drawers, don't overlook that 1986 penny. What looks like an ordinary coin could be a collector's dream, worth up to $877 or more if you know what to look for. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure in your pocket. Leave a comment below if you found any rare coins or want me to review a specific year or coin type. I love hearing your stories and helping you discover the hidden value in your collection. And remember, every penny counts, especially if it's from 1986. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Where history meets hidden treasure. If you've ever found a penny in your pocket and thought it was just another coin, think again. Because today we're diving deep into a small copper coin with a massive story. Yes, I'm talking about the 1982 1 cent Liberty, In God We Trust, coin from the United States of America. It's a coin so ordinary, and yet, in some rare cases, so extraordinary, it could be worth up to $84,547. That's right, a coin you might have passed over without a second glance could be sitting in your house right now, worth a small fortune. But what makes this 1982 penny so valuable? Why are collectors and investors desperately hunting for specific versions of this coin? And what should you look for if you think you've got one? Buckle up, because this is going to be an eye-opening journey through coin history, metal composition, minting secrets, and today's booming coin market. History of the 1982 1 cent coin. Let's rewind time for a moment. The year is 1982. Michael Jackson's Thriller is topping the charts, compact discs are hitting the market for the first time, and gas is around 90 cents per gallon. But over at the US Mint, something significant is happening, a change that would forever alter the way we view the humble penny. Due to rising copper prices in the early 1980s, producing a penny actually cost more than a cent. That's right, the metal was worth more than the face value of the coin. So in 1982, the US Mint made a critical decision. They would switch the penny's composition from 95% copper and 5% zinc, to a copper-plated zinc version, just 2.5% copper and 97.5% zinc, but here's the twist, the transition wasn't instant, the mint produced both copper pennies and zinc pennies in the same year. Which means 1982 has 7 different varieties of the Lincoln cent, and some of those varieties are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Breaking down the 1982 penny varieties, let's look at what makes these coins special. The 1982 penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, and with both large and small dates. So we have 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, 1982 small date zinc, 1982 D large date copper, 1982 D large date zinc, and then the mysterious, almost mythical 1982 D small date copper. This final variety, the 1982 D small date copper, is the true unicorn. For years, experts believed it didn't exist. But then, in 2016, a numismatist discovered a genuine 1982 D small date struck on a copper planchet, verified by Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Only a handful of these coins are known to exist today. And if you're lucky enough to own one, congratulations, because you might be sitting on tens of thousands of dollars, possibly even more. Market value and auction sales. Let's talk real numbers. In the world of rare coin collecting, value depends on rarity, demand, and condition. For a rare 1982 D small date copper penny in high-grade condition, we're talking auction sales in the $10,000 to $18,000 range. But if your coin is in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, and has no flaws, that value shoots up, way up. In fact, one of these rare 1982 1-cent coins was auctioned off for a jaw-dropping $84,547, a world record for a Lincoln cent from this year. And there may be others still out there, forgotten in drawers, lost in jars, or stashed in piggy banks. Even non-rare varieties of the 1982 penny can still hold value if they are in uncirculated or high-grade condition. A 1982 small date zinc penny in MS67 grade can sell for $1,000 or more. So yes, condition matters a lot. How to identify a valuable 1982 PNNYOK. So how do you know if your 1982 penny is worth a fortune? Here's what to check. Date size. Look closely at the date on the coin. Large date numbers are bolder and more rounded, while small dates are thinner and more delicate. You can use a magnifying glass to compare yours to online images. Mint mark. Check if there's a small d below the date. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. A D means Denver. The rarest version, the 1982 D small date copper, has that D weight. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc ones weigh only 2.5 grams. You'll need a precise digital scale to check this. If your 1982 D small date penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might just have a jackpot. Color and sound. Copper pennies have a richer, redder tone. And when you drop them, copper coins produce a higher pitched ring compared to the dull thud of zinc. Tips for selling or grading your coin. So you think you have a valuable 1982 penny, what now? First, don't clean it. Never polish a coin. That can actually reduce its value significantly. Instead, store it in a protective sleeve or coin holder to avoid damage. Next, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify its authenticity and assign a grade based on condition, which has a huge impact on value, and if it turns out to be a rare one, you can list it at auction or work with a numismatic dealer to get the best price. The coin market is hot right now, and rare coins are fetching record-breaking prices around the world. Final thoughts. Why this penny matters? You might be wondering, why all this fuss over a single penny? Because it's not just a coin. It's a snapshot of American history. It represents a moment when economics, politics, and metal met in a perfect storm. It reminds us that value isn't always visible. Sometimes, it hides in plain sight. And it proves that something as small and ordinary as a penny can change your life. So go check your coin jar. Look in your drawers, your old wallets, and those little containers full of loose change. Who knows? You might be one of the lucky few holding a 1982 Liberty in God We Trust penny that's worth more than a car, or even a house. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another episode where we turn forgotten coins into hidden fortunes. Drop a comment if you think you've got one of these rare coins, or if you want me to cover another special coin in the next video. Until then, keep collecting, keep searching. And remember, even the smallest coin can hold a big surprise. Outro